Hey, y'all, I just want to say congratulations. Congratulations to that person that decided to get up out of the bed this morning. Congratulations to the person that decided to fight instead of lay around and let life defeat you. I just wanted to say that because I understand exactly what you're going through. I've been in situations to where I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. I've been in situations where I've had to split up my children because of my financial circumstances. So, yeah, I know that this life is hard, but I promise you that if you keep pushing, that the light will shine eventually. Sometimes God puts us in positions to sit us down for a second and only depend on Him. He'll take the people away from you, your friends who you thought were your friends. They really aren't your friends. You will find that out in situations like this. Um, but please know that God is God, and He said in His word to be still and know that He is who says He is, and He will show you just that. I can remember a time where I had just gotten a new job, because I had been without work for like a year and a half, and I have two children who are now grown, but at the time I had to split them up. One was with my mom and the other one was with their dad. And that was like one of the most devastating moments of my life. But I had to choose to live, or I could have just laid there and did nothing and let life take me out. Of course, I had somebody in my corner that kind of pushed me, because there were times when I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to get out of bed. But I can remember finding a new job, and I can remember having to wait on that first check. And I can also remember not knowing what we were going to eat that night. And I worried about that the entire day while I was at work. But when I came home, God had made a way for us to have a meal out of the things that were simply in our cabinets. And I can remember that being one of the best meals that I had ever had. And I just want somebody to know and understand that it doesn't matter what it looks like. It hurts right now. I promise you, the pain is probably some of the most unbearable pain that you've ever experienced. I understand that. But at the end of the day, when I look back on that situation where my kids were split up, I didn't have a job, I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, I thank God for those situations, because they made me who I am today. So that's why I make this video, to encourage you to keep pushing forward, to keep moving, to keep fighting. At the end of the day, the fight is what it is. It's a fight because you've already won. So I don't know how to say it or how to put it, but I just know that God is watching over you, and He is a God of provision. And I just want to say um to you that if you do not have a relationship with God, if you do not have a prayer life with God, you need to establish that right now, because He is waiting for you to talk to Him the way that you would talk to your best friend. He is waiting for you to talk to Him that way. That's the type of God that we serve. We serve a God that is all knowing. He is not a judgmental God. He understands and He listens. Even though we don't always hear from Him when we want to, He is always there. I am learning on this new journey how true God really is. When I look back over my life, a lot of the situations that I have been in and I've gone through, God is the reason why I made it out. Not and when we're in those situations, we don't really think about it like that. We're like, oh, well, yeah, I did this or I did that, and if it wasn't for me doing this, then I wouldn't have come out this way. But in the end, when you really look back on it, I mean, I know in some of my situations, I could have been dead and gone. I should have been dead, but God saw fit for me to live. So I understand what you're going through. I've been there. I've done that. We're either going into a storm or we're coming out of one. But if you are in the storm, let God carry you through that valley. He will, when you are weak, he will carry you, literally pick you up and carry you the rest of the way until you've gained the strength to move on your own. And even then, he's still walking beside you. So don't give up. And I thank God that you chose life.